This is a small piece of a show called A Shadow That Broke the Light that I wrote with my brother Adam about my brother Joey. Amidst this escalating opioid epidemic, during a time when it's difficult not to feel isolated, we wanted to let you know that you're not alone. For information on how you can share your story with us, you'll find an email address and a link at the end of this video. Thank you.
So, the day Joey died, the day I went to Adam's house, the day I left Joey's room, the rest of the day is a total blur, but I remember being consumed with this idea of needing to see him. Everything's kind of fuzzy, but I think I remember my family, talking to them and them saying, maybe don't do that. Do you want us to go with you? And me being like, no. I'm fine. The body ended up being available for us to view at the funeral home. See, I didn't know that was an option. If I had, I don't think. Now, I know I wouldn't have done what I did do, which was go down to the hospital first thing the next morning. Yeah. I didn't sleep that night. When I got home, I didn't sleep. Sometimes I still don't. I got really drunk that night, and many nights after that. Sometimes I still do. But anyway, I went to the hospital, and like where do you check in? Do you go to the information desk? I mean, that seems pretty silly, right? Except I did. Hi, my name's Charlie Del Marcel. My brother, Joey Del Marcel, died yesterday of what we think was a heroin overdose. I'd like to see him, please. I'd like to see the body. And they go and tell someone, and then you have to say the words again. And then they tell someone, and they tell so-and-so, and you have to say it one more time. And then they tell someone. And finally, someone moves the body into this little side room. I guess they have a room for exactly this sort of thing. And the people that work there say, you can go in as long as you like. Let us know when you want to leave. And I went in, and my brother's body was on this silver rolling table. You know what they look like. You've seen TV shows. And he was in a body bag, zipped down to about the top of his waist. And I'm wondering how useful it would be to tell you what he looked like or not. But I can say that in whatever initial preparations they do later on to the funeral home, it was much different. Okay, you know what? I'm just going to say it. I remember feeling like I could wake him up. His eyes were like half open, and his tongue was jutting out between his teeth. I remember thinking the stubble on his face looked fake. I talked to him a little, I think. And I yelled at him a little, I think. And I held him. His body was cold from the refrigerator. I don't know how long I stayed in there, but I left very quickly, and miraculously, there was this little side door right off the room. I just right through the door, right out in the parking lot. And my parents only live a few blocks away from this tiny county hospital. And I'm walking away, and I was fine until okay, there's this moment at the end of the second Kill Bill movie See, Uma Thurman, her characters learned this super secret, like 5, 8, I don't know, pressure points, and she hits you, and you're dead, but you don't actually die. So you take a few steps. So, she's there with David Carradine or whatever. And they both know. They both know it's over. And I bring that up because I was fine for like a block. And I completely broke down. And that moment is rooted in me with such incredible psychophysical clarity. And whenever anything triggers, I'm brought right back to that moment. And it is my biggest regret that I did that, because now that image takes primacy over ones I wish I could hold on to. See, that is what this epidemic does. That is what it takes from you. Adam and I, now years later, we've only talked very briefly in detail about what it was like for him finding Joey that day. And I think I need him to know that whatever I went through that day at the hospital, a moment I chose and wanted to do and was prepared for, has changed me forever. I can't even imagine what it must have been like to walk in and find him. How do you do that and keep going? My brother is the strongest person I know.